On a serious note, get ready to take notes. There's so many like little things that Justin does that I just love. And I mean, we're going to implement a lot of this into Norman and Young's business, to be completely honest. So we'll get out of his way. Justin, do your thing.
When people dig into the thick of this business and they really get, I mean, it's really easy to forget about the fun. And it's so important to maintain that or you will go crazy sometime. But it just makes it fun. And that comes across to the ones you're working with. So yeah, notice what he really is saying when he's saying it, by the way. Okay, we'll get out of here.
See ya.
Come on, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna bring y'all the energy, but I'm gonna try to tone the volume down a little bit because I came in here literally, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. And I'm like, man, I got the Wi-Fi right. I done messed up the audio. So catch me on a future one. I'm gonna get it all figured out. I'm also still battling the same cold. I got the prebiotic soda. I got water number 1. I got big jug water number 2. So I'm gonna bring y'all everything I got today. But like Rod and Eli mentioned, you know, my biggest thing with this whole business is that you should never go into any business just for the money. And I'll say that just because money's important, right? We live in capitalist America. You got bills to pay and all that. But at the end of the day, if you don't love what you do, if you don't enjoy it, now let's be honest, right? There's going to be days where it's going to feel like work and it's going to be challenging. But if you don't actually enjoy the step-to-step process, you're not going to withstand the challenges that comes with owning a business. So what I'm really excited to do today is share a little bit about my story, share about kind of the main things that have helped my business grow. But really, like, I want y'all to take that away. And I've got a Justinism you'll see at the end. And it's when you have fun, the money will come. And that's the whole title of this presentation. So let me share my screen. God willing, this will work well. All right, I'm going to share. All right, I'm going to just pray y'all can see my screen. I think y'all can. So Eli, Rod, if you can't, jump in here and tell me I've done messed it up, but I'm going to roll with it in the assumption that we're good to go. So really, again, guys, my name is Justin Cyrus. I live in Wilmington, North
Carolina. I don't think we see it. Hold on a second.
Oh, no.
Eli, okay. What do we do? What buttons do I need to click? Do I click
hold on. Present.
Yeah, do that again. Do that again, and I'll click the button.
You know what? I'm going to just do the whole window. Forget the Chrome tab. I'm going to share the whole window. Can you see my window now?
We could see that window. Look at it. Look at it in its gloriousness.
Part of me was about to be like, technology, I got this. Like, I didn't go ask Eli and Rod. I'm glad that I asked Eli and Rod. Guys, I don't do technology. I barely did a camera before this business. So trust me when I say you do not have to be tech savvy to be good in this business. But anyways, guys, like I said, my name is Justin. I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, out here on the East Coast. I started my business back in January. I was actually a REPP student, came through the program, and I've been able to not only hit my financial goals within real estate photography, but I think equally important, I've hit my life goals beyond. The way that I've been able to live and travel and spend time with my family, the way that I've been able to pour into my team, that was a big thing for me. I actually learned that from Colleen, so it's cool that she was right before me. But I'm going to go ahead and get started and share a little bit more about me. And so kind of sharing a little bit about my story of how the heck I got here today. So I went to NC State, graduated chemical engineering. Then I was a director of operations for 7 years. Last July, got laid off, lost my job. And so this was not a midlife crisis. I'm 30. It was maybe a quarter life crisis. I don't know. But I decided to go ride a bull because that's just what you do when you live in North Carolina. My bull was a good old 1,800 pounder named NATO, flipped me off the front of it, caught his 1,800 pound hoof to the chest, broke 7 ribs, collapsed the lung, 3 surgeries, hospital for 25 days. Crazy enough, what day is it? The 21st. So August 25th will be my 1-year anniversary. So I got nothing but just gratitude for the Lord keeping me on this side of the dirt. But anyways, guys, I was literally in the hospital. And check this out, right? I think I saw some of y'all in here, or I might just sense it. Maybe you're in between jobs. Maybe you lost a job recently. For me, I was no job, which meant no insurance, hospital for 25 days. So I had a $250,000 medical bill. On top of that, my wife was rebuilding her business because she had a CFO who stole money from the business, never paid our taxes. So we had a $120,000 IRS bill and her student loans and my medical bills without a job. I mean, it was safe to say that I was in a rough spot. I would like to think, I'm fighting that cold. Come on. I'd like to think I'm a pretty upbeat, optimistic person, but just with all that weighing on me, I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. And lo and behold, maybe some of y'all are like this. Eli Jones pops up on my YouTube page, and I'm literally in the hospital. I can't walk. I can barely move my arm. And I just start scrolling through his workshops, literally just like this, his testimonials. And I'm like, not only do I want to learn about coaching and rep and what Eli does, I also want to learn about the industry and how you be successful. And obviously, coaching streamlines a lot of that. But I just fell in love with this industry. I mean, real estate media has just, Eli mentioned this one time on our live. It feels illegal. Like, it feels like I'm printing money. I don't understand it, but it's just, it works because we have such a great product to deliver. When you match great product with great service, it's a game changer. So like I said, I get out the hospital September 19th. I rehab all of that. And so I start the business in January. I just put a few revenue goals in here. A lot of people are like, Justin's a fun guy. Trust me, I'm a fun guy. I like having a good time, but I also love business. And at the end of the day, it's not just about having fun. It's also about being successful from a business perspective. On the flip side, it's not just about being successful, it's also having fun. You've got to marry the two of them. And so right now, I think we're trending toward 24K toward the end of this month, which I'm just so grateful for. But I share all of this because I did not get to where I am today because of my camera experience. Guys, I had literally never picked up a camera until December. My background was chemical engineering. Like, I did not think photography was going to be in the cards. So I had zero camera experience. I had zero business experience. I'd never been an entrepreneur. I was a W-2. I enjoyed it. I did love my last job. I'd never been an entrepreneur. I was brand new to this. I can tell you it was definitely not the gear that got me here. I still barely know what the heck all of the aperture and all those things are. Oh man, this is crazy. Literally, guys, I don't have Photoshop on my computer. I don't have Lightroom on my computer. We can talk about that later. But the whole point that I'm saying to get to the success that I've been able to is not about anything camera related. It was all about the top tier experience, the relationship I was trying to build with my realtors. And so really what I want to do for the next, I always got to check my time because I will overrun the next 20-ish minutes. I want to share with you guys the 3 things that have really boosted my business forward that I would just encourage anyone starting from day one. Maybe you're in month 1. I don't know, wherever you are, these are hopefully steps that you can implement today to achieve long-term results. I don't want this to be something like, oh, I've got to go to, do this for 4 years and then I get a degree and then I can implement it. No, y'all, like, we can literally do this today. So with that said, I'll go ahead and kind of dive in. So number 1, and I think one of the most important parts of the business, again, when people ask me, I'm not a real estate photographer. I'm a real estate media business owner. And so a business owner means that I'm about customer acquisition. At the end of the day, you be the best photographer ever. If you have no customers, you have nothing to shoot. So it starts with getting the customers through the door. And you'll see each one of these have a little title. This one's intentional, going above and beyond to really build an authentic, real relationship. Guys, people do business with people, not businesses, right? Like, I run Cyrus Media Co., but I'm Justin. So I just want them to connect. And like, I'm just trying to have a lot of friends in Wilmington with these realtors, like genuinely trying to be intentional with them. So what does that look like? Oh, went the wrong way. Boom, there we go. Number 1, dominate the Instagram method. I think Scott earlier probably talked about it a little bit. I think Colleen might have as well. So I won't belabor this too much, but truly Instagram built my entire business. I did the Instagram method pretty religiously, pretty in-depth from January to probably like the middle to end of February. I think I DM'd about 300 of 360 people, and about 110 of them responded that they were interested. And now I think of those 110, about 70 of them converted to actual paid customers. And so I shared that because what's so beautiful about the Instagram method, and I'll talk about this in a future slide, but it allows you to build a real relationship. When you call someone over the phone, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you call someone over the phone, they don't see your face. They don't see who you are. But through Instagram, I can like their profile. I can like their posts. I can comment on their story. They can see my post. So it just allows for a more, authentic, it just makes it a transparency that you're able to be real people together. And that's why I love the Instagram method. On top of that, what I mean is, like, I'm not going to someone's page who, like, a realtor posts a photo of a home and I'm like, nice kitchen, great backsplash. I barely still know what the heck a backsplash is, but I'm just like, if I see they posted that they were at Longleaf Park, I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, we just took some kids from church over there and played on the splash pad. Or if I see they, like, went on a vacation, like I had a realtor, I actually mentioned this last time, funny enough, I had a realtor named Pawn Winstead who went to Thailand with her kids to show them their heritage. She just came back and sent her oldest kid to college as a freshman. So her and I have just been talking about, how was the trip? How are you feeling? Like, first kid going to, college. So that's what I mean by that intentional personalization. And so a lot of that Instagram allows you to break through that client feeling. I want friend feeling. So that's why I say dominate the Instagram method. There's other ways to do it. Definitely, my forward coach, Brad, lives and dies by the cold call. That works. Open houses, that works. But to me, the 2 things that have escalated like crazy was the Instagram method. Oh Lord, I'm the worst at touching things. The Instagram method and brokerage presentations. Now, this one you might not do day one, but I do think this is something just to have in the back of your mind. That's something you can move forward. And so brokerage presentation basically is an opportunity to go to a brokerage and present in front of 10, 20, 30 different realtors all at the same time. So for me, my first brokerage presentation was with Berkshire Hathaway. I had shot for a handful of their agents. Rhonda McKeel is my fairly godmother. I literally love this woman with my entire soul. She got me connected with a few realtors. I shot for them. They connected me with their broker in charge, Jason. They're saying, hey, we do Tuesday meetings once a month. If you want to come and sponsor it. And guys, like, this is where the fun comes in. Rhonda was like, Justin, it'd be cool if you brought, coffee or Chick-fil-A or something just to kind of like warm the people up. And I'm like, no, Rhonda, we finna have a party. So this is crazy. I literally hired my friend Harriet, who runs a coffee cart. I hired my friend Danny, who makes custom cupcakes and desserts. That's a great friend. Unless you're on a diet, then it's a very terrible friend. I swore off sweets as my New Year resolution. It made it 4 days because she moved in across the hall from me. Anyways, love Danny. But anyways, I literally brought that to the presentation because it's not just about, ooh, girl, I'm slowing down. I'm getting excited. There's a phrase that I hate because I don't think it's true. It's y'all might have heard it before. It's not what you know, it's who you know. All right, let me tell you why that's a load of crap. Because I know who LeBron James is. I know who Beyonce is. But I guarantee Beyonce has no idea who the heck I am. So it's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. It's who remembers you. So when I'm on Instagram, oh, nice backsplash. They don't remember that. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like congrats on your son graduating high school. Personal. I'm bringing cupcakes, red velvet, custom Berkshire. They had a Berkshire Hathaway logo on top. What else? The coffee cart again. It's like, I don't want you to pour like cold Chick-fil-A coffee. Like, if you want an ice spice latte thingamajigger, I don't drink coffee, so I don't know what none of these words mean. But it's like whatever you want, like you can have it. And then of course I tie that into my business and saying like that's how we operate. Is we're a custom real estate media company that wants to know your preferences, what shots you like, how high of a drone shot you like. We're that kind of a personal people. So I was able to leverage that broker presentation. I'm not saying spend all of your money on this. If you're brand new, save up to this. I did this a little bit later. But again, the purpose of this is getting in front and wowing and being remembered. That one brokerage presentation, I've now shot for, I think, 24, 25 Berkshire realtors now. 100% worth it. So it starts with that intentionality, not just the quick message, copy paste. Hey, I'm a realtor, send. Hey, I'm a photographer, send. Hey, I'm a photographer, send. No, like I want to be like, hey, I'm in my new office. I just bought it today. If you hear a reverb, it's because I forgot to bring furniture and things that take the acoustics better. So truly, like, that's what I mean of that intentionality. And this third one here is like, man, y'all, this is what makes this business so good. So stick with me. I'm going to touch on this at the very end. So that's my cliffhanger. I need y'all to stick with me in these next 20 minutes, and we'll touch on this in just a second. But once you get them through the door, right, you've done this intentional customer acquisition. You've done such a hard work to get them in the door. Now you need to provide a great experience. Now, experience is two things. Experience, number one, is the product. So do you have good photos? Do you have good videos? Do you have good 3D tours? All of that. And so again, as someone who had never, ever, ever picked up a camera, that's a lot of the reason I joined REPP was to streamline that. Hey, man, teach me how to shoot these photos. Teach me what brackets are. Teach me my settings. Teach me how to scale this. What are my systems in place? But once you have this, the product, you're rocking and rolling to a degree. You need the customer service to blow their mind. That's where the last word is intentional. This is top tier. Top tier, exceptional customer experience. Guys, I think Colleen or someone might have mentioned this, and I 100% agree. We're not in the photography business. We're in the people business. Well, I'm telling y'all this. I'm crazy. I'm not in the photography business. I'm not in the people business. I'm in the blow your freaking mind business. I want to bring so much energy and service, fun and joy. And I want to make people smile. Like I just want to be friends with these people. And so that's where this top tier customer experience starts. You've got to know them on a personal level. Now, look, I understand that people don't want to blend professional and personal lines. I understand that. I'm not saying give every single person like your phone number or whatever it is. I do. That's who I am. But I want to know them on a personal level. I want to know Pond coming from Thailand and hearing all about the kayaks they did. I want to talk to Corey Hunt just had a recent birthday. Him and I are both August birthdays. I want to know people. Krista Butler, she's pregnant. Like we're talking, or not pregnant, she just got married. Hold on, sorry, Krista. Maybe that's pathetic. I don't know. But anyways, like I'm just learning their lives. Donna Waller sends me photos of her grandkids all the time. I want to know them as a friend, as a genuine human that wants to get to know them, not for their business. That's a byproduct. I want to get to know them just because I genuinely want to see them win, not only as a realtor, but just in life. So know them on a personal level. I can't use this cursor. This is crazy. Number 2, make them comfortable on camera. So we talked about this. This is more of like the relationship. This is more of the service. This is a cheat code. I wish I would have done this earlier. Again, I was timid. I never picked up a camera. Video seemed a lot harder than photos. And so I was like, I'm going to just do that when I figured out later. This is a cheat code. I'm telling you, I'm staring you dead in the soul. Whoever's listening to this, you know if this is for you. There's some of you that are like, hey, that seems a little outside my comfort zone. I'm going to get to it later. You're never going to get comfortable until you actually do that. You're never going to get comfortable being a business owner until you're a business owner. You're never going to get comfortable doing video until you do video. And the reason I put this here as a top tier customer experience is it's one thing for a realtor to see the photos of a home. Oh my gosh, like I love the way the home looks. Like it looks nice. They're also realtors, not photographers, so they're never going to say, oh my gosh, your verticals are great. Like they'll never say that. They're just gonna be like, I love the way it turned out. But that's a home. But when they see themselves, especially if they're uncomfortable, I mentioned it last time, I'm still working on it. I got a realtor named Katie Singer. I love this. Oh, I used Katie last time. Let me use a different one. Let me use Colby Saucier. I love this girl. She's like, I'm not really good on camera. And before I even rolled the camera, I was like, we'll shake it out. And we were talking like this. I was like, all right. And we were literally off like shoulders. I was like, you gotta dance with me. I was like, all right, Colby, like what's the highlights of this home? And we just have fun. And I just see her smiling. And I wish I could have like recorded that, because once I did lift the camera, she did get a little bit more reserved. But I was just having fun. All right, Colby, what's the best parts? She's like, I love the kitchen. It's got great lighting. I'm like, all right, Colby, sounds great. So I'm not saying you got to do that. This is Justin. Justin runs Cyrus Media Co. this way. There's Eli. Eli runs Norman Young his way. There's all of these other photographers that are going to run their business their way because it's authentic to them. I am not encouraging you to do this unless you're a dancer. Eli and Rod alluded to it. I'm literally blasting Creed. That's my warm-up music. Sorry, not sorry. But I'm blasting Creed before this because that gets me bumping. That's just what I do. And so ultimately, zoning it back in, I'm sorry if I'm all off the rails, typical Justin, but make them comfortable on camera, because once they see the video of themselves on camera, and they're saying, oh my gosh, that's so great. What they're really saying is, I'm so glad I did it. I'm so thankful you got me out of my comfort zone. And it turned out way better than I ever could have imagined. It just builds their self-esteem. That's what we get to do. And number 3, these are again tangible things that I do regularly, just because I want to bring joy. I just like to laugh. I like to have a good time. So anytime there's a morning shoot, I'm bringing morning coffee. And it's not just like, hey, here's Starbucks, here's Dunkin' Donuts. I want to know your personal order. I mentioned this last time. There's 2 realtors. I know their order, but I don't know coffee. But Lauren Ricks Tucker, she gets her coffee at Sundays. It's some kind of matcha. I just know it's green. But this is crazy, Instagram method. This is so good. She posted on her Instagram story once that like, it was like, she took a photo, she named the, she was like, this is what I got or whatever. I don't know any of the words, like a lemonade, strawberry, white foam, cold brew, mocha frappa, Justin something, whatever. I took a screenshot of it and I knew it was at Sundays because I could see the back of the coffee shop. So the next time I had a shoot with her, I literally pulled the photo up and I went to Sundays and said, hey, I need this. And they go, oh, is it for Lauren? And Lauren's a regular, so I didn't have to say whatever the heck that was. But it allowed me to then connect with her and bring that coffee and really cement that I'm trying to build a real relationship, know them on a personal level. In terms of some fun stuff, you've got Bluetooth speaker. Anytime there's a vacant listing, I always bring a speaker. I hand the phone to my realtor. I'm like, hey, put whatever you want on. Let's have a bop. And so that's just a fun way I get to just bring a little joy into them. And then from a business side as well, don't be afraid to throw in additional services. So I've got a realtor I shoot for all the time. His name is Adam. I love Adam. I doubt Adam will watch this, but if you do, I love you, Adam. And he knows this. But Adam is always on the cheaper end. He's like, I want whatever the cheapest package is. But I shot for him maybe like 2 weeks ago, and his home was literally on the beach. I'm like, Adam, we need drone photos just because like you need drone photos. It's on the water. And so anyways, I just threw it in for free. It costs $95 for me to charge them, but from like editing, it's super, super cheap. So it didn't cost me a lot, but it just showed Adam how far I'm willing to go above and beyond. So look, you do all these things. You do the intentional customer acquisition, then you provide a top tier customer experience. Then this is something I think we neglect often, customer retention. Why would you put in all that work to get them in the door and then all that work to show them top level and then never follow up and not maintain a consistent customer retention? Because then they might get swayed to other people. I want to be a friend to them. And so the first thing is touch point via messages. You can do open phone. You can go through different avenues. But ultimately, again, like I want to just build a real relationship. So I've got my CRM, I'm on the back end, and it basically lists all of my realtors. I have all of their birth dates on there as well, so I can wish them a happy birthday. And then I've also just, sometimes I've got notes of like Lauren Riggs Tucker plays Captain Bill. She's in the volleyball league. Rob Warwick is going to be running Parade of Homes. So congratulate on that. Julio Fuentes is running for the board of the Cape Fear Realtors organization. So I just know things about them. So I'm just touching point. And it's not messages like, hey, do you have any shoots? Hey, do you need anything? It's genuinely, Julio, dude, wishing you the best of luck, man. Tell me when we're celebrating you getting on the board. So real relationships are coming with those messages, but not just the messages, also Instagram. And this is why I said I love the Instagram method, because touch points don't just have to be active. Let's say I post a video. I just posted a sick video. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm just tooting my own horn. But anyways, if they see it and they like it, it's a touch point. Basically, a touch point is anything that brings you back to the front of mind. I don't want them to, again, the whole Beyonce thing, I don't want them just to know who I am. I want them to remember me so that when they need shoots, they think Cyrus Media Co. first. And our realtors have a lot on their plate. Not only outside of work, they've got family and hobbies and all this other stuff, but at work, they've got lenders calling. They've got buyers and sellers and brokers and broker and charges and all insurance and all this stuff. So for me, I want to consistently be front of mind. So I'm liking their stuff. I'm tagging them. I'm collaborating with them. I'm sending them DMs about their story. I'm just micro touch points just to stay front of mind and really build that relationship. Don't just think of this as doing this for the sake of business. What I'm telling you is if you do this for fun and you just enjoy who you're working with and you get to build a relationship, the business is just going to come naturally. I'm not messaging them or Instagramming them just to get their business. That's a byproduct. But it's like, I just want to see how you're doing. I want to check in. Do you want to grab coffee? I've gone to concerts with realtors. I went to Dave & Buster's with a realtor last month. Really about building that relationship. And when you do those things, when you provide that, when you're intentional about your acquisition, provide an exceptional top-tier experience, and you really are diligent about that consistent customer retention, then you get some reviews. And again, I just put a few of these here. Just I want to highlight a couple, right? And so this one right here, feel in front of the camera, right there, like makes you engaging and comfortable in front of the camera. That's why I put in the slide. Is literally I've had realtors that have told me, Haley Hampstead, that's what I call her, Haley Wiggins, Haley Hampstead. She literally told me that. She said, Justin, your business is going to succeed just because you make people feel so comfortable. So that's a review right there. Where is the other one right here, right? Exclusive real estate photographer and videographer. Like, it's not just about having fun. This will help your bottom line from a business perspective. And then right here as well, it's like he's punctual, creative, communicative, seamless, and so fun. Guys, I just want to have fun. And so when you do that, this then leads us back to step number one. This is that third thing I mentioned right here. When you do all of this, you get the reviews, you also get the referral. And now acquisition starts to happen for you. Like I said, I stopped customer acquisition back in February, like intentional, this level of intentional DMs, because my referrals have just been coming in like crazy. I have one example. I've got multiple examples, but I got one example. So check this out. And I'll talk about her in just a second. But Bex, and I'll give you more details in a second. I met Bex. She connected me with her team leader, which was Deb Conley. Deb connected me, and I shot for Deb. Then from Deb, she connected me to Jennifer Pritchard, shot for her multiple times. Her friend Mary calls me. This is hilarious. She calls me, says, hey, is this Justin? I said, yeah, who's this? She says, my name's Mary. I'm friends with Jennifer. I saw Jennifer's video. And I called her. I said, there's no way, Jennifer, that you made this video. You are not that good. Who's your videographer? So Jennifer connects me to Mary, shoot for Mary. Mary then connects me with Christina Russell, who's now a broker in charge at another firm. So literally Bex to Deb to Bex to Deb to Jennifer to Mary to Christina. And then the whole business from there of her broker in charge is what I'm trying to tap into now. So it's a referral flywheel. And this is what it looks like. Again, just giving you a graphic so this sticks. Because again, like I love fun, but I love business. This works. This is why this business is it has such great opportunity for growth. Start with that intentional. Can't just be, hey, I'm sending out 150 random DMs. Intentional customer acquisition. Once you do that, you get them in the door. Then you've got to provide a top-tier customer experience that wows them. I don't want them to go back in the car of like, oh, like what? Like, I don't think, oh, Justin was so nice and punctual. And he did. I want them to go back to their car and be like, what the heck just happened? I joke about this, but genuinely, I don't want them to be like, man, like that was crazy. I don't want them to think, who the heck is Justin? I want them to be like, what the heck is Justin? Because no person is that much fun and that much energy. Again, I'm not saying you've got to be this crazy extrovert or this crazy energy. You've got to be you, but you can still find ways in your own personality, your own way that allows for top tier customer experience. You do that. You then are consistent on follow-ups and check-ins to boost customer retention. They're then going to give you reviews and referrals, which then brings in more customers that you get to wow, retain them, and it's just a flywheel that just keeps working. So guys, I just got a few more slides because I know I'm kind of getting close to my time. I'm going to go for a little bit. I pray you're sticking with me, y'all. Like, give me this energy, guys. And so these are just 4 quick stories, just the fun I've had in this business. I just want to share as examples. Again, I mentioned Rhonda McKeel, beautiful, amazing, just a beautiful soul. I love this woman with my entire life because she literally does not do, she's not a realtor active anymore. She helps with Berkshire Hathaway, which is also a touch point. If I had reached out to realtors that only sold, I would not have connected with Rhonda. So I recommend reach out to as many people as you can intentionally. I build a relationship with Rhonda. She connects with Jennifer Davidson, Tara English, Walt Stanfield, Colin Seward, Lauren Rickstock, or Monica Benton. She literally was like the plug for me to then get my foot in the door with Berkshire Hathaway. She sets up a brokerage presentation, and now I have a huge opportunity to work with more of them, all because of Rhonda McKeel. Bex, I told you the whole story, how I went from Bex to Deb and all that. This started, I've only gone to 3 open houses. This was the first one ever. This was so fun. Literally roll up. Someone came in with a baby. The husband and wife walked around like, hey, can you hold our baby while we look at this? So me and Bex, I met Bex for like 30 minutes at this point, are holding someone random, some baby, cute baby. It helps that it was a cute baby. Otherwise I would have left, but it was a cute baby. We're hanging out with the baby, and Bex takes videos, and I've actually got the video on my profile because it meant so much to me, and she just hyped me up. And again, by her hyping me up, that's how her team lead Deb found out about me. And then from there, I was able to make all these referrals. But it started just from going to an open house, putting myself out there. Not just in real estate. Again, Rhonda, realtor, Bex, realtor, but it's also in the community. It's just the people you know. So Vinny's my barber, short little Italian dude. That's my guy. I tell him I'm starting this business. We dap up. He's like, hey, man, I'm going to pull for you. I'll let you know if I know anybody. I get a call back in February probably. And he's like, dude, I just realized one of my guys that sits in my chair, his name's Corey Hunt. He's a realtor. I'm going to get you guys plugged in. I connect with Corey. I shoot for him for a while. He then, again, connects me with his team lead, Rob Warwick, who's like royalty in this city. Like the Warwick name carries weight in Wilmington. There's colleges named after the Warwick family. So whenever I go anywhere, if I just name drop, I just shot for Rob Warwick. It kind of gives me like a little status boost. But it's because Corey and I built a relationship that Vinny doctored. Vinny connected with Corey with Rob. And I mean, God willing, we're still working some stuff. But I got an opportunity to help with Parade of Homes next March. It's 80 homes in 2 weeks, video, photo, all of that stuff. That alone, if we land that contract, which he texted me out of the blue, and I've got the receipts to prove all of it. He's like texting to me out of the blue and says, hey, would you want to do this? We mapped it. That's about a $67,000 project in 2 weeks. And I'll probably be flying. It's funny, crazy. I'll probably be flying a few rep people that I've met through rep to come shoot it because I don't have the hands to shoot 80 houses in 2 weeks. So again, all of that came from my barber. And then lastly, guys, like this is a cheat code I want to make sure I'm giving to you guys. I also want to respect your time. So I'm going to end very soon. So just stick with me for this last little bit. Miss Betty, love this lady with my whole heart. She was a homeowner. She is a homeowner who was given a pretty tough time to the realtor I was working with. Katie calls me and says, hey, like I got you at this home. I'm going to be there, but just know Betty, we call her Miss Betty. Miss Betty, she's very particular. She doesn't want you to move anything. She's very not like stubborn, but in the best way possible and all of that. And so I bring my photographer, Michaela. I'm like, Michaela, you and Katie hang out, do your stuff. And Michaela, I've hired so much better than me. I can talk about that. Like I've hired the greatest person ever. She's kicking it with Katie. They're going through taking awesome photos. My entire job was just to hang out with Miss Betty. And again, she's, for lack of a better word, Katie, she's kind of a hard ass. I'm like, I'm going to get her to love me. So we sit down and I'm hearing about when she moved to the States and her experience and all this. And she's this old British lady. She's like, oh, me and Winnie Churchill. She's all these Winnie Churchill statues. Terrible English accent. Let's never do that again. But anyways, we just built a relationship. And it just meant so much to Katie because Miss Betty was so hard on Katie. But when we came as an extension of Katie, as the photographer she works with, It allowed Betty and Katie to have a better relationship. And Miss Betty has sold her home. She moved away. Sad story. But prior to that, she always invited me and my photographer, Michaela, to tea time with her at Tuesday tea time. And I was able to go one time, busy with work and stuff, but she was just such a sweetheart. Do not neglect your homeowners because they will be referrals and tell your realtor how much they love you. And when you make your realtors look good, whether it's looking good on camera or looking good with your clients, they will be clients for life. So I just want to add that in here. I went to a reggae concert with one. I'm 20 months sober now, but my wife's from Kentucky. We had a crazy bourbon collection. I brought bourbon to homeowners just because we had that. We talked about it. They wanted it. We just vibed on a Friday and all that. So don't neglect your homeowners. Last thing here, giving you actionable steps that you can plug and play into this. 3 things I want to do to get you started. So number 1, dominate the Instagram method. I talked about that enough. I'm not going to belabor that here, but dominate the Instagram method. It built my business truly to the point it is today. Number 2, post on Instagram daily. Maybe you don't have all the listings you can do from day one, but post yourself in your camera gear. I'm going to post some office. Hey guys, I got a new office today. Like, be a real person because again, people do business with people. So post daily because those will act as touch points. It will just continue to remind your realtors that you're there. So post daily. I don't post Sundays. That's on one day I Sabbath, but post as much as you can and then have multiple touch points with each client. Like I said, whether it's through messages, Instagram, them seeing your post, you liking, commenting, do those things. I guarantee it. You will see the growth and the opportunities that comes from this. These are my last 3 slides that I'm going to wrap up here because I know I'm kind of going a little bit long. I apologize. Appreciate y'all sticking with me, but I'm passionate about this, guys. Like, I literally went from a hospital bed to now having a business 8 months later that I get to just do with awesome photographers and awesome team, make more money than I did at my last W-2 director job. And it starts a lot with these 3 keys. Jesse Itzler's a business owner. I look up to him as a role model for me, and he's got 3 keys in businesses that I've definitely applied to my life. His 3 keys: have fun, make money, and have fun making money. Because again, Justinism, when you have fun, the money will come. Guys, if there's anything I want you to take away from this, the money will come if you put in the hard work and you're diligent about improving and you build those relationships. Like, it will naturally happen. I promise you. But it will be a lot more enjoyable. You will be here for the long run. And it will even happen quicker when you yourself have joy. Whatever that fun looks like for you, you've got to find it, bring it, and just impart that into your realtors. Do that daily. The money will come and you will enjoy this way more than you even think of, like right now. So guys, really appreciate y'all sticking with me. I know we're going to do a Q&A. I'm really excited. Go ahead and throw some questions in there just so it can be as helpful as possible. But also, this is my Instagram. I'm super active on IG, literally, like I told y'all. So last time, when I did a live with Eli, I probably had 20, 25 people DM me, send voice memos. And I want to, because again, like, this changed my life. I just want to pay it forward because I know y'all will do the same when you get to the levels that I'm at. So anyways, that's my presentation. I don't know how to stop sharing screen. Hold on. Stop.
No, I think it's, oh, there it is. No, that's good. Perfect. Thank you, man. Thank you.
What's up, party people?
I'm not going to admit that I just started talking while I was muted again because I don't normally do that.
Twice. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Justin, thank you. I already asked for some takeaways in the chat. And so I wanted to post those here. Hold on. There was one that I really liked. Well, I liked a lot of them. I'll post this one. Being human and honest, in a genuine way will make you and your client more comfortable as opposed to coming off cold and overly put together. Love that one. I think it's interesting. I just wanted to say on that, like, that's the exact opposite of what a lot of people feel like they need to do. They try to be all professional because you're scared. Like, you're starting a business. You want to come across in the right way. And so I love when you share about how you do it because your way is the better way, like from a result standpoint and an enjoyment standpoint. Yeah. So
no, I appreciate that. It's funny. This is from a song lyric, actually, weirdly enough, but it was an intro thing. It was saying that it was like, if you do something that pops and is successful, then you kind of have to keep doing that. And it's like, I never want to show up in like button downs and ties. Like, that's not me. If that's successful, then unfortunately I got to keep doing it. Like, y'all, I'm literally in a matching like Nike set. Like, this is how I literally showed up I've got a photographer now, but I was like on a boat earlier, since my boat fit. And then I had a shoot, like literally popped up and my photographer couldn't be there. I was like, I texted Corey, I was like, hey dude, like I'm in boat gear. Does that matter? He's like, dude, come through. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm here. So again, is everyone gotta wear boat gear to that? No. If you want to
Yes, that's a requirement.
yeah,
That's the secret.
that's my real slide I want to put up, but I hit it. But it's like, if you are the person that wants to roll up in like polo and Calvin Klein, like, dude, do it. Like, who's to say you shouldn't do it? It's just like, this is me. I ain't got time to be fake. That feels like a lot of energy that I don't want to do. So there's a lot of ways to make money in this business. I think the quickest, best, and funnest way to do it is just being yourself.
You just said something I think is actually really important. You basically said it takes a lot of energy to fake it.
Oh yeah.
Which, yeah. I don't think a lot of people think about that though, because it does. But starting a business in general takes a lot of energy. So why set yourself, starting 10 yards behind on a 100-meter race? It's just like, it's not a good way to do things. And I've never thought about it that way. That's an interesting way to say that.
No, for sure. I think I don't know. Like, I think anyone. I know a lot of people right now in the chat, you guys might not have a business yet, or maybe you just started, right? And it takes a lot of courage to dive into this, right? But I think in the beginning, not only weighing the cost and how much work it'll be, and we can talk about that because it is work, right? Like the fun allows the work to feel like less work, but it's still work nonetheless. But it's like, you wouldn't go into this unless you had that knowing, like that true knowing in your gut that you're going to be successful. So I came in this literally, guys, from a hospital bed, like couldn't move my arm, genuine. My mom, like I got one of those phones that like prop up. My mom put it on my stomach so I could watch Eli videos. It was crazy. But, and so I'm pretty sure I always told these nurses,
Eli is everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Putting on your stomach. There you go.
The nurses were asking, like, what are you listening to? And so I was like, nurses, y'all should leave and build a real estate photography business too. I'm just putting that out there. But it's like, I knew, even before I started this, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was going to be successful. I didn't know the timeline. I didn't know how it was going to happen. But I was like, I don't know all the steps. So there's going to be fear. But I'm not going to enter the fear unless I know it's going to work. So now let's apply that feeling to today. If you know it's going to work, if you know whatever you do is going to work, otherwise you wouldn't do it, then why wouldn't you do it your way from the beginning? I know it's going to be successful, so I might as well do it being Justin, And so I don't know, guys. Like I mentioned this last time. I haven't got a chance to do it yet, but I'm really waiting for my next brokerage presentation. But I'm legit hiring a mariachi band and a taco truck. Like I'm telling all my realtors that. I shoot with a lot of Caldwell Banker, and I walked into their brokering charge and said, Lauren, I said, I know you want mariachi and taco trucks. We should get this booked. And she goes, Justin, we have an in-house photographer. I'm like, Lauren, I've shot for 18 of your 29 realtors. I am your in-house photographer. I'm talking trash. I'm not talking trash. But anyways, guys, like how we're all smiling right now. I hope people in the chat are smiling. It's like, this is genuinely how you should wake up as a real estate business owner. It's like, man, I might be stressed out. Like I've never done a cinematic video before. I might be stressed out because like I've missed rooms before. Okay, Eli, cut me off. Mute me if I go too far off the rails. I want to tell one quick story because I think this will just show you guys the importance of customer service. Probably, I mean, genuinely, I've only told a handful of people this. So the fact that this is getting recorded scares me. I'm sorry ahead of time. But it's like, I think this is month one. Eli and Rod don't know this. I think it was month one. I forgot to shoot a master bedroom. I literally forgot a whole master suite because it was in a frog. It was one of those homes that had 2 stairs. And so like the main stairs went this way, and then they had another stairs that went this way. The door was closed. Thought it was just storage. Now I open every door. That's also true. Open every door. But I literally did not shoot this master bedroom. Delivered it, smiling. I'm like, these photos look great. I get a message back, and she's like, hey, did you get the master? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never working with this person ever again. I had such a great relationship with her. This is mind you, this is the first time I'd shot for her. This is the first time. So by a great relationship, she was just with me the whole time. So we were talking, her daughter goes to NC State. I went to NC State. So we just built a relationship within an hour. Oh my God, great grace of God, truly. I was like, girl, I can come back. Like I live 45 minutes away, but I'll be there right now. She's like, you know what? The other photos look good. We're just going to put it up and see what happens. It sold within a week, so I didn't have to go back. How crazy is that? That's what I'm saying. Like the relationship. Now get a good product, have good videos, do a good job. Go message the REPP team to get the worksheets. I got the worksheets, sped me up like crazy. Coaching sped me up like crazy. But again, this is a true story. Literally missed a master bedroom, which is probably the most important room of the house. Kitchen, master bedroom, equally important. She let me off. I don't miss them anymore. But, yeah.
Dude, that is so true though. It's like I tell this story sometimes, but we had 2 photographers when I was first starting, and one of them was like so good at being a photographer, never made a mistake, and nobody requested him.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, he was good, but he was kind of dry. And then we had another photographer who would like, oh, it stressed me out. He would miss stuff like at every shoot. I was like, this is not, like, we can't be doing this, right? But like every client was like, can I have him? I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? First of all, he's terrible.
Right.
But he knew it too. He was just like, he was the guy that, I love this quote. He would always, not on purpose, but he'd be like 5 minutes late all the time, which drove me crazy because we have like this 5 minutes early rule. And he would be like every time, well, it gives me something to say sorry for when I get there. And I'm like, my brother, that is not the way we want to do this.
That's so good. It's bad, but it's so good.
But it's so true. Like the bedroom thing. I mean, all day, if you have a good relationship, that's what makes the business something where you don't worry about losing clients.
Right. Because
you've done such a good job, genuinely, right? Like serving them and building, like we've talked about this a lot today, but like recurring business, is the inhuman way to put it. Like we're trying to build recurring business. How do you build recurring business? You build it with ongoing relationships, right? And so I think what you do is a really good job of that. And I love the flywheel that you brought up. I wrote that down while you were talking because I just wanted to mention it again. But if you're not familiar with the concept of a flywheel, anybody listening, it's like you put a little effort in, and the more effort you put in, the faster it spins till it's kind of spinning on its own, right? And that's exactly what that is. And that's why you're able to, for example, not do any customer acquisition since February, because you are doing it. It's just your business does it now. Your clients do it for you. And I think for a lot of people, most people in here are new, Justin. I don't know if you were like on at the very start, but it's like, probably 95% commented new. Yeah. When you're new, like the most important thing is getting a little bit of that momentum. And I think you do that by you have to put in sales and you have to do the work, but then eventually the flywheel takes over. And that's what makes this business worth being in. We've done very little client acquisition at Norman & Young for probably like 8 years, and the business still grows. And so it's all relationships that keep that going. And I love how you highlight that.
Yeah, it's like the flywheel analogy, right? It's like the snowball thing, but I always think of it as like, it's like pushing a car, right? Like let's say you stall your car. That thing is hard to push, right? Like it's heavy to move, but the minute it starts moving, you can just start to just put your hand on it and just gently guide that thing. It just takes a lot of work up front. I had a realtor. This is funny. And again, guys, like I'm 8 months in, right? Like don't expect my 8-month results on your first day. But at the same time, like know that, I'm literally Justin. Like I ain't nothing crazy. I ain't got a PhD. I'm just here to have a good time. And it's like, if I can do this genuinely, anyone can do this. And I'm not downplaying it. I'm not making it, anything like that. It's just, I had a realtor, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, Erin, and I had reached out to her as an Instagram method back in like February probably. And I sometimes go back to Instagram and I'll just like, hey, here's my new portfolio, or here's a new video I did. Check in. But man, she calls me out of the blue, and I pick up now for anyone. Most times spam, but I'm like, you never know. And she goes, is this Justin? I'm like, yeah. She's like, Justin, 5 people in the last week have told me to use you. So I'm gonna give you a shot. And we hit it off, and it's cool. Like I didn't even hit it off. I sent Michaela, my photographer. They hit it off. So there's so many opportunities to scale it. I know this is for a newer, a person coming into the business, but it's always like, again, I count the cost before I do anything. So when I count the cost and count the reward, that this is a business that is scalable. This is a business that, Michaela shoots everything for me, but I'm not just like sitting around doing nothing. Like I still go there to some of the shoots. I'm like, Michaela, you go shoot it. I'm gonna go take Haley to coffee, whatever it is. But it really does allow that flywheel. And then you just get to bless people, man. Like Michaela, I love that woman so much. She's incredible. But she was a barista. She was making decent money as a barista. But it's like Michaela, like, I don't know. Did you make $30 an hour? She's making $12 an hour to start. I'm like, as a coffee barista. So it's been life-changing for her. But yeah. Well, man, I'm hogging the mic. I want to talk to people.
No, that's what it's for. I hog the mic on a 24/7 basis so mumuch that people can't get away from me. So it's somebody else's stream. I got you on the hospital bed. I can get somebody anywhere.
Facts.
Let's take some questions from everybody's just listening. And also, if you're sitting here and you don't have a smile on your face, I'm sorry for you. Because it's hard not to smile when Justin's talking. So I hope you at least cracked a little one on your face.
I saw one question, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a second. Like, I'm going to stare right into the camera. I'm going to stare into the soul. Like, when I was in the hospital bed, I didn't have a workshop that I could like learn from other people. I was watching Eli's videos. I was like hungry. I was like, I have this question. I have this question. So guys, like, I want to help. I love to help. So y'all, I don't know if you like in the car or something, pull over, get your phones out. I want to help. So let's ask some questions, and anything is going. Let's have a good one.
That would have got me to pull over and ask you a question. I
Come
think.
on.
Really good. Right over. Let's see if everybody else felt that way. I guess we shouldn't speak too soon for the
Praying.
Here's the first question from John Wesley.
Come on, people.
Is Instagram the only platform that you use to get clients? Besides them calling you out of the blue now, saying everyone's bugging to use you.
Hey, I'm thankful for that. I truly am thankful. But no, I'm primarily on Instagram. Here's the reason why. You can do Facebook as well, and we have coaches. Brad has talked about how he uses Facebook. For me, I didn't want to create a new Facebook. I created a new Instagram, so I did that. I didn't want to create a new Facebook. Now, here's the thing. You can use your old Facebook, but I don't know about you guys. I get the memories, and it's like, 14 years ago, I'm like, oh gosh, I do not want anyone to see that ever. I'm at the precipice of just deleting that whole thing. So for me, I was like, I'm gonna start over brand new, and Instagram worked better. The other thing is, and this is that was kind of funny, but from like a strategic perspective as well, I would say younger realtors tend to do Instagram more than Facebook. You can target both. So I'm probably missing clientele that's only on Facebook. But for me, the strategy was newer, younger agents are typically open to videos and open to more products. Older, realtor like, I'll just do photos, your cheapest package. But a realtor on Instagram, probably the demographics like 30 to 35. They've been in business for a while. They've got some money. They're seeing other realtors doing it. So they're more likely to spend more money. So I'm going to reach them where they are. So you can do Instagram and Facebook. I just did Instagram. John, this is a great question because, again, I'm just telling you my perspective. If you would have asked the same question to Colleen, she might have said something different. If you ask it to Eli, he might say something different. But for me, yes, strictly Instagram.
I think part of what you said, like the deeper thing is really important though, which is, and a lot of people do this wrong and it costs them a lot of time. And I can say that from experience. Like there are always going to be 30 ways you could get business. I mean, you could sit here and you could list 30, right? You could go to brokerages, you could send them letters, you can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook, right? And so the people who grow fast generally will tell you that focus is really important for them. And what focus means is saying, hey, out of all the things I could do, which aligns with what I want to do and gives me the most results. And so for Justin, right, is like he's thought about this. There's the demographic he wants on Instagram. They're going to spend more money with him. They align with his ideal customer more, and he doesn't have to learn the nuances of a second platform or split his attention. And so that's why when in coaching, for example, we spend a lot of time saying, hey, Instagram method first, really lock that down, squeeze it. Of course, we teach other things. We teach outbound, we teach brokerage presentation, all this stuff, right? But it's like, if you can really just nail that core thing, that's way more likely to bring you success because you don't have to try to learn 10 things at once. Like I'm not smart enough to do 10 things at once. If you are, great, but like most people will get better results by doing one thing, which is a hard thing to do because when you tell anybody about starting a business, they're going to give you all these ideas and you're going to be like, that's a good idea. And the problem is not good ideas for how to do things, right? It's like which idea is worth all of your time. Right. So I think like for you, Justin, that just bringing in the extra thing about like, hey, my ideal client is thoughtful too. Cause that, then you're like, that truly is putting all your energy into something that makes the most difference. Yeah. Casey said, thanks, Justin. Love your energy and vibe. For those of us who are just starting, can you share something from your first shoot when you got started?
Oh man,
you want
other than messing up master bedroom, I'll tell you this. And again, guys, I genuinely had never picked up a camera. We shoot with a camera, Canon 80D. That's a 2016 model. Like I ain't rocking none of the there's Canon R's. Like I'm not doing none of that stuff, right? Like I didn't know nothing. And so what was super helpful, and I'll share the experience, but what was super helpful is within REPP, one thing that they had was product critiques. So I shot my apartment and I shot a friend's first. And I was like, hey, can someone tell me this? Is John, I think John Jeffries is the coach primarily that reviews that. And so for me, it was super helpful. John's like, hey, like go to a different angle. So it made me feel very confident coming in. And again, like guys, like I'm pretty high energy. I'm like facts, right? but like I actually suck, like true facts. at fake it till you make it. I'm very confident when I've got the confidence,
Mm.
but I will shy away often. I don't like the spotlight unless I know I'm going to do good. So when I walk into my first photo thing, I didn't sleep the night before, like genuinely, like it's nervous because you're nervous because you care. I was nervous because like I want to do a good job for the realtor. It ain't even about like getting the money. It's like I just want to let them down because like you need these photos to like sell their home. Like I just want my business is Cyrus Media Co. Like this is my name on my business. If I suck, people gonna know me as a sucky person around town, you know? So I think what did help me is what I'm telling you guys, like exactly what I'm telling you guys. I just started building a relationship right then and there. And I got confident because I like talking to people. You know, like maybe I don't have the photography skills. Maybe this is my first shoot, but I've been talking to people 31 years. I know how to talk to people. So I'm just talking to the realtor. You know, I get it. Some people ask realtors or homeowners to leave. I get that. It speeds you up. It definitely does. But I'm like, I want the realtor to hang out with me for the whole hour because that's an hour that I actually get to build it. Like that's how I know about these people going to Thailand and about their grandkids and about that. It's like, so while I'm shooting the photos, I'm talking to her. Part of the reason I'm talking to her is so I can slow everything down and be like, bro, like I don't know what settings to turn on. So what did you do last weekend? Yeah, and just clicking buttons. I'm on YouTube under my shirt, like trying to figure it out. But no, it was. I don't want to say it was easy because it definitely wasn't. But real estate photography, it's also don't hear this in a bad way, but it's a lower skill set to a lower barrier to entry. Yeah. You know, it's like being a surgeon. I mean, not only is that terrifying and scary, but like, you got to do that for a long time. I mean, I picked up my camera January. I think I did my first shoot like the first week, maybe second week. And then it's like anything. You just do more of it. It feels more natural. But yeah, great question.
You are going to be scared your first. What's that like the knees weak, arms heavy Eminem thing? Nice. If you don't feel like Eminem in that song, you're lying to yourself because everybody feels like that.
Yes. Yeah. Great question, Casey.
And it's not just your first shoot too. So if you know, I don't know if this is what's driving the question, but like you will be scared going to that shoot and the next 20 shoots, and then it will get less and less every time. And then before you know it, you can do it in your sleep. Yeah, go for it.
Well, Eli, you know me, man. I jump in too much.
This is your time.
I need to work on just not. It's a problem. But like that exact thing is, again, we've been doing this for 8 months now. I've probably done 90 videos at this point. Videos still sometimes scare me. Yeah. We had an $8 million listing. I shot an $8 million listing with an $800 camera. $500 camera. That's crazy. I was like, oh God, I don't know what's happening. But like we shot it with an iPhone. You know, the video was an iPhone and the video turned out great, you know, but it's still like, I've never shot an $8 million home. And then you realize it's like, it's got walls, it's got corners, verticals. Like
easier to shoot. It's bigger. You don't have to cram it, you know?
Right, 100%. Yeah. Oh man, I know we're wrapping up. Is it cool if we just
How many more questions do we have, Eli? You gotta let me know this time.
I'll rapid fire. I can go quicker.
We have until exactly 4:46, so go for it.
Dude, I'll go as long as you can. Let's go.
What advice would you give when you have an agent that you've used for the longest time and then they just stop? And when you ask them, all right, they don't give you a real reason.
You getting rapid fire, Justin. So it's going to come a little quick at you. Number one, lovingly, I wouldn't ask them. if they go use someone else, I don't chase people. My mentality, and this is like probably too competitive, Justin, but I'm like, if they go to someone else, hear me hard on this, because we actually have rep students in my town. Jeremy Reynolds, who I actually never got to meet yet. He's a coach for rep.
He's awesome. Yeah.
He's incredible. Like, he crushes his business, but it's like, this is just the mentality I have. And it's not about Jeremy. I brought up his name. This is not about Jeremy. This is about anyone else. I'm sorry. But I'm like, if they go somewhere else, I'm like, I hate it for him. Like, you ain't gonna have as much fun. That's my mentality. I'm not saying be rude about it, but that's where it's like, if they go to someone else, cool. I'm gonna go work with other people. But that's where that customer attention comes in. Is like, I just want to make such a great relationship that they're like, I just want to shoot with you for the photos, but also for the experience. So integrity, design, marketing, and picture it sold. I'm not telling you that it's bad to ask. It's just for me, like,
it's too late. Yeah.
It's too late. You know, maybe they bonded. One of my realtors shoots with Jeremy now because she's military. Jeremy's military. I'm like, y'all are a perfect match.
Dude, that's the thing that's why anybody can break in, because you're always going to have people that bond with you over something. So you are the unique asset, right? It's like some people love Justin. Some people are probably like, geez, I just want to like chill.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
I don't
talk to Justin. You know what I mean? So everybody's going to have that. So I love your answer on that though, Justin.
100%. What else you got, Rob? We got maybe 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. What you got? I'm going to go as long as you let me.
This is a good question. With the debt you made based on being in the hospital, losing your job, and other than being hungry and the investment into coaching, what made you say I can do this and pay for this? Jumping into this, my biggest concern is upfront cost.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's very real, because again, when I was there, it almost was like, I mean, I had no choice. Like, if this didn't work, it's not just the upfront cost that wasn't working. It's like, I just spent 8 months of my life on something not working. I could have gotten a W-2 job to pay for this stuff, right? So this is what I mean of, like, you got to count the cost up front, and not just the financial cost, but also the time, and just like, is this something you want to do? For me, it's what you're doing right now. Audrey, I hope I'm saying your name right. It's what you're doing right now. I wish there was a way, if Eli Rod, if y'all can see, like, how many videos has Justin watched? I fiended this. I watched there's a 4-hour video somewhere on YouTube that was like 8 videos of Eli back to back. I watched all of them. I also had nowhere to go in a hospital bed, but it's like, I needed this. And again, I don't say this at all disrespectfully, but I listened to every single person. I listened to them, like, that person didn't have camera experience. That person's a teacher, works after school, makes $10,000. That person had never picked up a camera. Within 6 months is at this revenue point. It gave validity to the coaching. That was number one. The number two, I had to really study and think about the industry. I could talk about all this. Like, I could talk about coaching forever, but I could also, and I love this industry. Eli, you talk about it, the 3 R's: repeat, required, and referral. And that just made, again, another Justinism. If it makes sense to you, it will make dollars for you. And I'm just like, this made sense. Okay, if I need an oil change and I find a mechanic who does a good job and is well priced and they're polite and they're good on their time, the next time I need an oil change, I'm not going to try 5 or 6 other people. That's my mechanic. If I do a good job for the realtor, why are they going to try 5 other photographers? I've got them. Repeat and then referral flywheel. So I think for me, it's Audrey. Again, I don't know what your situation is in life, and feel free to follow me on IG and DM, and we can one-on-one or whatever. We can hop on a call, whatever we need. But it's like, there's the medical debt, it was the IRS, it was rebuilding the business, my wife's business. We're neither one of us are W-2s. Like, we live in an apartment. That's why I now have to have an office, because I got kicked out of the apartment because I'm too loud for my calls, whatever. But it's like, it really is one of those things of, like, I say this lovingly, it's everybody, but it's like, if you're sticking your pinky toe in, at some point you have to jump. And it's like, don't do this foolishly. The fact that you're here today means you're not doing this foolishly. You're doing your homework. Talk to the coaches, dive more into the industry, talk to students who've gone through the program, like, do those things. And at some point it'll be the other way. Instead of dipping your pinky toe into real estate photography, you're going to be keeping a pinky toe in the safety thing. And at some point you got to just tip that bad boy in. So
besides, like, I mean, repeat, referral required, that's great. That's what makes this business awesome. Like, what made you think, as someone who's never done anything like this, real estate media, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Why did real estate media stick out? You could have started 100 different businesses. Like, what do you think it worked for you?
Are you cool? I promise I won't go too long, but
You're good. You're good.
I love this industry. I'm obsessed. Okay. Woo, y'all got me in trouble. All right. So this is it. This is why. Okay. So again, Fun Justin's always here. We're taking Fun Justin off and Business Justin on. So if you're more business savvy, like, we're going to talk numbers, I'll try not to lose you in the process, but this is how I saw I could scale. So I now have a photographer, Michaela. My realtors love her more than they love me. I love that. And so she is on the daily. She did 4 shoots for me today. I just had the one because it didn't fit her calendar. But I'm at the point now where she is out. She's doing all the photos, right? She's doing all the media. Then we get home. I've got a VA that REPP Talent actually found for me. She's in the Philippines. I love Christine to death. She sends all this stuff to the editor. Then the editor does all of their magic. Again, I don't got Photoshop or Lightroom. I don't know how to Photoshop a cup out of a photo. I can't do nothing. But they crush it. They send it to me. My VA from the Philippines at 7 a.m. my time, 7 p.m. her time, still up, sends all that to the agent. At this point, I genuinely could do 0 in this business. I could not do customer acquisition again. I don't have to do delivery. I don't have to shoot it if I don't want to, right? Again, mathematically, and again, this is where I'm going to pull a calculator up to show you all this. Michaela can do 3 shoots a day pretty much. We call it our pro package. That's our middle package. It's $360. Photos, floor plan, drone, all that good stuff. Roughly 360. She can do 3 of those a day. So 360 times 3 is 1,080 a day. There's 22 business days in a month. For me, I built a business not to work weekends.
Mhm.
I built a business to spend time with my family. Like, I don't like working evenings. I'll do a twilight shoot if I need to, but I like being on the water. I want to go to the beach for sunset. So we only work Monday to Friday. So Michaela alone will revenue me out of $23,000 a month. That's where we're tracking of 23, 24K right now per month. So with that, my margins are roughly 60%, 20% to editor, roughly 15 to 20% to Michaela. Then you've got your Stripe, your payment processor. So I'm taking home roughly 55%. So 23,000 times 0.55, I'm bringing in roughly 12,000 take home after I paid my photographer, my editor, my VA, all of them paid them well. Yeah. And so this is where like the numbers come in. Again, if you're thinking of other businesses or whatever, I always go back to this example. So on an annual basis, that's monthly, I'm God willing, and I'm so very grateful for it. But like that should be my roughly take home prior to taxes and all that, right? Mm-hmm. 150K a year. Now check this out. This is where I love numbers. If you wanted a truly passive income, other than being another business, if you just invested in stocks in your Roth IRA and you had an 8% return, okay, to get an 8% return of 150,000, you need dang near $2 million at an 8% return, which is higher than the average, an 8% return to be making that. Within 8 months, I've worked myself out of a business. I told Rod this. I interviewed another girl, Sela. She's incredible. Interviewed her 2 days ago. So I'm now trying to grow the team, and I'm going to just rinse and repeat. Colleen has done this. I pray. I'm glad y'all are here for me, but y'all need to be here for Colleen, because Colleen has built this machine, and I was studying her when I was in the hospital bed. I literally DM'd her from the hospital. I was like, "Hey, Colleen, I'm in the hospital," and that got her to respond. So sometimes you got to be creative. But she has photographers, and she's been able to scale it, And so I'm newer. I'm doing this now, but that's where it's like, without a shadow of a doubt, I've seen this business bless me, not just from my experience, but like going in, I saw, okay, revenue marks, boom. My average order value, boom. It's just the math made sense. The industry made sense. And for me, again, a big reason I know this isn't about coaching, but like a big reason I did coaching was I didn't want to wait a year to figure out how to start making money. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm gonna pay the upfront cost because I need to figure this out now, not only because I want to pay my medical bills, but also my wife and I, we don't have kids yet, but we're going to start trying for kids. And it's like, I want to build a business so that I have all that time to be, I want a matching little boat outfit with my little kid. I want to go on a boat with them. Like that's what brings me to life. So, man, I love my wife's an entrepreneur. She has 7 businesses. Like I've married so far above my weight class, y'all. Like I'm married so far high, and she sees this and she's like, this is crazy. I'm like, it feels illegal, but it's not. Like from a business owner who's exited businesses, everything. I get, oh man, I'm gonna shut up. I could talk forever, but 2 thumbs up.
That was a better answer than I could have ever hoped for. So.
Come on, I love it.
Well, thank you, Justin. I could listen for hours. I unfortunately have to do some of the talking coming up. So
yeah. Ooh. Last thing. And then I gotta go. Last thing. We've got the REPP conference coming up, and I don't know if y'all are going to talk about that or nothing, but it's like, I'll be at REPP conference and I'm speaking. If y'all think I got energy on a Zoom call, I told Bailey, I was a motivational speaker. I was like, Bailey, you can't give me a mic. And because I jumped off the stage, I don't know who's going to be in the seats, but I'm sitting next to somebody and we're going to be there. So I pray if you're listening now, you should have a business by REPP conference. You need to take the plunge. Okay. Yeah. So that when you're there, I got even not just more energy, but I'm diving into like more in-depth topics. So that was also a selling point for me is I watched REPP conference last year. I watched Colleen, I watched Kevin, I watched Mike, I watched the panels. And so that's what really propelled me forward was Mike Namoff on a panel sharing his revenue. Boom, I'm all the way in. I'm hoping to do 5% of that here. But if you're enjoying this, get your butts to Vegas, at least get the virtual ticket. Like, no, we could have a party, y'all. We'll have a good time. All right, guys, I'm rolling out.
That's been amazing, sir. Thank you for bringing the energy, and thank you for your time, and thank you for everything else you said. So have a great rest of your evening.
All right, see you guys.